Hi, this is Caitlin McCarthy, and this is my resource package for Environmental Science 302. I chose to make a WordPress blog titled Healthy Environmental Education, and the URL is healthyee.wordpress.com. And the goal of this resource package was to find resources, various resources on the internet, as well as lesson plans for grades from kindergarten all the way through grade 12, with the focus on health education or healthy environmental education. So as you can see, this is the front page. This is my blog. This is the front page here. I have the 6 links at the top. Home, kindergarten, grade 4, grade 7, grade 9, and grade 12 were the 5 grades that I chose to focus on. So as you can see, I just have a picture here that I thought was really interesting. I would just take a moment to look at that. Feel free to pause whenever. And as I scroll down, my main page is just the About page. And it says, welcome. This website is for teachers and environmental educators alike who are looking to broaden their knowledge and expertise about teaching environmental education in health throughout various grade levels. As a health major, I believe it is important to find the relationships that health and science share, specifically with environmental education. I hope you can find some tools for yourself and or for your own classroom, and I hope you find it all to be thoughtful and interesting. Please look through my website to check out my various lesson plans, videos, and resources for each grade level. And then I have a comment box down below where you can comment on what you think of the lesson plans and resources, or if you have any ideas for other ones. So we will start where everyone starts, in kindergarten. As you can see, when I highlight over it, kindergarten lesson plans pops up, and then followed by kindergarten resources. So we'll start by clicking on kindergarten lesson plans, and it'll take us over to a sample lesson plan that I created. So this one is called Student, What Do You See? So it can be taught in health, but cross-curricular in science, art, language arts. Topic that this lesson focuses on is relationships within ecosystems. Grade level is kindergarten, and you can take anywhere from 2 or more days to work on this, so 2 class hours. Curricular outcomes is number 1, which is develop basic habits to establish healthy relationships with self, others, and the environment, and indicators B, C, and F. So lesson objectives are students will learn about various ecosystems. Students will be able to identify relationships between plants and animals in various ecosystems. Students will be able to identify healthy behaviors in plants and animals in various ecosystems. And students will create a book of their understanding of a part of an ecosystem. So materials that we'll be using is the book Brown Bear, What Do You See by Bill Martin Jr. Of course, pencil, crayons, markers, drawing papers, and strings or ribbon or another kind of material to bind a book together. So basically what this activity is, on day 1, you would gather your class in and read the book, the Brown Bear book. And then it's a short book, so after you read it a second time through, stop at each page, talk about the animals, where they live, how they're connected to the other animals in the book, through habitat, the food they eat, ecosystems, etc. So then brainstorm with your class lists of other animals and plants and sort them into different ecosystems. So rainforests, jungles, deserts, oceans, you can do house pets, birds, whatever you want. So then depending on class size, each student can pick an animal or a plant in a specific ecosystem of their choice. So say, for example, if everyone in the class decides to study the ocean, or like I said, if your class is larger, you can have half the class do the ocean, the other class does half of the class is the desert. So if your class has chosen the ocean, each student picks a different plant or animal that lives in the ocean and recreates the story using their own name and a different animal or plant. So say a student will write down their name, and teacher will help them write things down, but it could come out as Taylor, what do you see? I see a pink squid swimming at me, or Ethan, what do you see? I see a blue wave waving at me, and so on like that. By the end of the class, each student should have picked an animal and written out their sentence, or have it typed and printed off. Then the day 2, start the class by reading the book again, and then hand out their paper with their sentences already written down, and then the students can begin drawing their animal or plant or item in their own ecosystem. When students are finished, bind the book together and read the new book to the class, because that's exciting for the students to see their own creation. And then you can identify new relationships between all of the animals in the class's chosen ecosystem. And the next class you could discuss habits of each animal the students have chosen, such as what they eat, how they sleep, and whatnot. Safety things that you need to consider. Ensure you're properly supervising all children in your class, especially since it's kindergarten. Remind them to share and to be nice to their fellow students, and make sure all students are using their markers, crayons, pencil crayons appropriately. Help students that need help. And adaptations, so students that struggle writing out their sentence can type it out at the computer or have assistance from the teacher. Students who finish their drawing quickly can choose to draw another animal or plant in the same ecosystem to draw. Or students who finish quickly can also write down facts about their animal on their page. For example, sharks eat fish, and there's lots of different kinds of them, or they swim while they sleep, things like that. So this is my sample kindergarten lesson, and again, there's the comment box at the bottom right here. I'd just like to point out that these are just sample lesson plans again, and if I go over to kindergarten resources, here's a whole bunch of other resources that you could do. Also, due to the nature of this presentation, normally this presentation would be in front of a group of people, and I would have them involved in doing kind of activities from the kindergarten lesson, the grade 7 lesson, the grade 12 lesson, and so on. So we might have done a quick, we would have done brainstorming ideas, or made up a couple sentences just for practice for all the other educators. Here's a couple kindergarten resources. So this first one here is PBS Kids Eco World, and it contains a bunch of lesson plans for various subjects for environmental education. So I'll just open up a couple of these ones for everyone to see. So this is Eco World from PBS Kids. So here you can see it's for parents and or teachers. Over here they have lesson plans, lesson plan overviews, kindergarten lessons all the way up to grade 4. They have, and then here's specific lessons: dramatic learning, reduce, reuse, recycle. What did we see? This is where I got my idea from the last lesson. And then another one called Home Sweet Home. And then they have specific lessons related to the environment for all the way up to grade 4. So that was one of the resources that I liked for kindergarten. I'm going to jump ahead over to grade 4, and we're going to look at the grade 4 lesson plan. So this one is called Recycling and Getting Fit. The subject is for health, and the cross-curricular is physical education. Topic is what can be recycled and how recycling keeps our environment clean and safe. Grade levels 4, time, you can do this in an hour, 1 gym class. Outcome is 4.4, and determine basic personal responsibility for safety and protection in various environments and situations. Indicators are F and H. And my lesson objectives were to promote physical activity and a healthy lifestyle, and to learn about what can be recycled and how to keep our environment clean. So materials you need are pylons, hockey sticks, beanbags, or small balls if you don't have beanbags, and plastic water bottles. So first activity that you do in class was called recycling tag. So students are divided into 2 lines in the gymnasium. One line is true and one line is false. And all the students are standing in lines facing each other in the middle of the gymnasium. So then the teacher calls out various true or false statements, and which are about recycling or things that can be recycled and whatnot. And so if the statement is true, this true line will chase the false line back to the other end of the gym. And if somebody is tagged, then they become part of the true line. But if the statement is false and the vice versa happens, the false line will chase the true line back to their home base. If they get tagged, they become part of the false line. So some sample true or false statements that the teacher can call out are pop cans recyclable, true. Are chip bags recyclable, false. Recycling reduces garbage, true, and so on and so forth. Again, you can do a couple practice runs to ensure students know when to chase or when to run away. And when you assess this game, you can observe who begins to chase or run away first and who follows. Those who lead or those who run away first understand recycling concepts, and those students who follow their teammates may need a bit more guidance in this topic. Another activity that you can do is called Clean the Yard. So the goal of this game is to keep your team's trash zone empty. So using approximately 5 plastic water bottles, set up a trash zone on either side of the gym, kind of like a net. And every student will be equipped with hockey sticks, bean bags, or again small balls, and they'll be spread out through the entire gymnasium. The bean bags will act as trash, and the goal is to get as much of their trash into the other team's trash zone as possible. However, if a team can knock over one of the opposing plastic bottles, so if you're over here and then here's the team's plastic bottle, they can knock that over, that deducts 3 points from their trash zone because they recycled the bottle. So once the trash is in a trash zone, it cannot be removed, and students cannot enter their own trash zone, so they have to stay on the outside of it. The point of this game, once the trash is in the trash zone, it cannot be removed. Students cannot enter their own trash zone. The point of this game is to have students block or save trash from entering their trash zone and to send it back to the other team's trash zone. So the team with the least amount of points against them after all the beanbags are gone or after a set time limit wins the game. Some safety considerations for this game and for both games. Remind students appropriate ways of tagging other students, gently tapping another person, no pushing, shoving, checking, whatnot. We don't want to cause any injuries. When using the hockey sticks, remind students of proper use. Hockey sticks stay on the floor and no slap shots. Beanbags stay on the floor, or the ball should not be shot up into the air to avoid somebody getting hit in the face or the head. And also remind students to watch out for other students as well as beanbags on the floor while they are moving about the gymnasium. Keep your head up, but make sure to be aware of the balls and the beanbags in the gym as well. Adaptations for the first activity. You could always space the children closer or further apart to make it easier or harder for the students chasing or running away. You could change the true or false facts to make them easier or more difficult. And you could change the statements to relate to a completely different topic. Second activity, if hockey sticks aren't available, they could have used like underarm throws. You could set up more or less beanbags, more or less water bottles, or the winning team could choose the environmental topic of their choice to learn about in the next class. So before part 1 of this video is over, I'm going to show you some grade 4 resources. So we can take a look at Media Smarts, and it has this website has a variety of lesson plans for health education, specifically from K to 9, so kindergarten to grade 9, and I will just open up this one for you. So this website is great. So like I said, from kindergarten to grade 9, and it splits it up. It's a Newfoundland and Labrador curriculum, but it splits it up into mental health, relationships, nutrition, injury prevention and safety, drug education, consumer health, environmental health specifically, and strategies for healthy living. And then you can see along the side here they have several other lessons related to each outcome in their curriculum. So again, great adaptable lessons on this website. Another grade 4 health resource that I liked is this one here. We Move school lesson plans for grade 4 that specifically promote physical activity. So I really liked this one. This is the one where I got my idea for the phys ed health one. And again, a bunch of phys ed / health / environmental science health goals that throughout this whole PDF document. Great resource, especially for grade 4. Alright, so I will take you to, so I just showed you kindergarten and grade 4. Again, the main page of kindergarten just says, welcome to kindergarten. In this section you'll find sample environmental health plans as well as a variety of extra resources, and they're all the same. Grade 4 is the same, just a different photo. Welcome. Do we need welcome? And then we'll jump ahead to grade 7. Welcome page. Welcome to grade 7. In this section you will find sample environmental / health lesson plans as well as a variety of extra resources. And I will talk about these lesson plans and these resources in part 2 of my resource packet video. Thanks. See you right away.